Master strategies with Anil Kumar and enjoy the journey of learning. Welcome to our series on the art of problem solving. In this particular video, we have taken up an application question which is based on pair of linear equations. Titled is area of triangle, and the question is a line with slope of 1 and a line with slope of 2 intersects at point P 1 6. Determine the area of the triangle formed by the lines and the x axis. Beautiful question. Let us see how do we solve this problem in many different ways. We'll begin with the traditional method normally taught in the schools and then understand alternate beautiful ways of solving the same question in half the time. So that is what you're going to learn in this particular video. Skills to solve problems in the most effective way. And it makes a huge difference between joining the best universities or not. Perfect. So let's understand what are we given. So in this particular case, we're talking about two lines with different slopes but intersecting at a common point. So let's say we have line 1, right, and line 2. In line 1, the slope is 1. In line 2, the slope is 2. But we have a common point which is P 1 6. To find equation of the line, we know y equals to mx plus b, right? So let me write down the equation on this side in general. Y equals to mx plus b, where b becomes the y-intercept. For the first line, we could write this as y equals to 1 times x. No need to write 1, but I'm just writing so that it's absolutely clear. Let's say b1 is the y-intercept for the first line. And for the second line, it will be y equals to 2x plus b2. Substituting the point given to us as 1, 6, y value being 6, x as 1, we have 1 plus b1. And in the other one, we get 6 equals to 2 plus b2. Solving the first equation, we get 6 minus 1, which is 5 for b1. And here we have 6 minus 2, which is 4 for b2. And therefore, the equations of the lines are y equals to x plus 5 and y equals to 2x plus 4. At this stage, you can also check that if I substitute x equals to 1 for both the lines, we get y equals to 6. So this equation is absolutely correct. Now the question says, determine the area of triangle formed by the lines and the x-axis. So we kind of we have a situation where I could actually sketch the line, right? And let's say this is the points where it is intersecting the x-axis. So we just found that this point P, which is common to both, is 1 6. Correct? And these are the points for line 1 and 2, the y-intercepts, which are 5 and 4. Correct? We are interested in finding the area of this triangle, right? Correct. Now, since y value is 6, we know the height is 6, correct? Now, we need to find what is the base. To find the base, we are looking for the x-intercepts, means y value 0. So now let's find the x-intercepts. Means y is 0. What is the value of x? So to find the x-intercepts, I'll put y equals to 0. So if I substitute 0 in the first equation, I get 0 equals to x plus 5. And therefore, the x value is minus 5. In the second case, if I put 0 for y, I get 0 equals to 2x plus 4. And the x value will be minus 4 divided by 2, which is minus 2. So these 2 points which we are talking about are minus 5 and minus 2. So we know the x-intercepts, right? So we just found the x-intercepts, which are minus 2 and minus 5. So let's label them, these points as A and B, for example. Okay. So the base is minus 5 minus 2, right? So we get the base of triangle is minus 2 minus of minus 5, which is 3. And we know the height is what? Height is 6. And so we can now write down the area of triangle, right? Which is half base times height, right? Okay. So half base times height will be half, and base is 3 for us, height being 6. So that gives you 6 times 3, 18 divided by 2 as 9. So our answer is 9 units square. Makes sense. So that will be our traditional way of finding area of this particular triangle. First, we will find the equation of each line and then the x-intercepts to find the base of the triangle. Height over the x-axis is the y value of 6. And so we'll get our answer as 9 units square. Clear? So that's perfectly fine. Now let's look into alternate ways of looking into this particular problem. How can we solve it? Now that is where we come in. Now, in case you really want to learn strategies and excel, you may send an email on Global Math Institute at gmail.com. Our students join the best universities even with scholarship. Now let's try to understand where we are. As we know, we have two things given to us about each line, a point which is P16, and then slope of line. Now, from here, let me just draw two different lines, one with slope of 1, let's say, right, and the other with slope of 2, which will be steeper, right? Correct. And let's say we really don't know where they intersect the x-axis. So what we are going to do is we just draw a line here saying that this is the x-axis. We don't know where is the y-intercept, so we'll just draw a y-axis. These lines have been drawn only for your clear vision of what we are trying to do. However, the concept is very simple. Let's consider the line 1, which is our first line with slope 1. In that particular line, since slope m, which is rise over run, is given to us as 1. So if rise is 1, run will be 1, right? So in the first case, to come down to 0, for example, we are looking into the area of this particular triangle, right? We are interested in finding these 2 points. Perfect. We need not find the equation of the line. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Area of triangle, as you know, is equal to half base times height. Perfect. Area of triangles, base into height. Height above the x-axis is 6, known to us. We need to only figure out what is this length or what are the x-intercepts. So to come down by 6 units, slope of 1 means down 6 means left 6. So that means from this particular point, which is 1 6, we have to go to 0 for y and minus 6 for 1 also, right? So which gives you minus 5. Makes sense. We have to go down by 6, okay? For both x and y, same value because the slope is 1. You get the concept. So directly we get this point as minus 5. Using the same concept once again, we'll show you that we are starting with slope of 2 for the second line and the point which is 1 6. So slope 2 means rise over run is 2 to 1. The ratio is 2 to 1, right? So if I want to go from 1 to 6 to a value where the y value is 0, that means for y, I am coming down by 6, minus 6. Now, since slope is 2, it is going to be faster, right? Twice the ratio is. So, this value for 1 will be reduced not by 6, but by 3, half the value of 6, minus 6 by 2, which is minus 3. Do you get the idea? And therefore, we get minus 2 here. So from slope and the point itself, we can directly find the x-intercepts. We could have found the y-intercept in the same fashion. Y-intercept is a point where the x value will be 1, or x value will be 0, right? So in that case, you could find the y-intercept just by changing x value by 1 unit. So if the slope is 1, y value will also reduce by 1. But if slope is 2, then the y value will reduce by 2, right? So using this concept, we could have got these values also, which are not really required. I've shown you what is required. So from here, since we got the x-intercepts as minus 5 and minus 2, we know that this base is equal to 3 units, right? And height is 6 units. And therefore, we could write down the area of triangle as half of base of 3 and height of 6, which gives us 9 units square. You get the idea. We need not find the equation of the line. We can straight away get the x-intercepts from the point given to us and the slope. Now, this kind of a strategy is not being used in general. So, once you understand concepts to a greater depth, you can utilize and get to these solutions in no time. Especially if you have a multiple choice test paper before you. Imagine how much time do you save and how much ahead you move in the competition, especially for questions in SAT, for example. It matters. So, our training of the students following the right methods for the given question helps. That's where we come in. And in case you really want to understand strategies, and do well, you can always contact us on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. I hope you understand and appreciate these methods. Feel free to write your comments, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your valuable time and all the best.